And what I mean by that is I am willing to give you at this point wine with Jah. A lot of things that I want you to live by, and I have definitely taken notes of this because it's very important that you know what you need to do in order to live your best life at this moment. Live every moment to its fullest. Know that your hard work, if you're doing hard work, make sure that you can see the fruit of your labor. People respect people that do great work. It is not going unseen. Be happy with whomever you're with. And if you are not, you should probably leave them immediately. No, you should leave them immediately. Your life is thriving on that. The things that you're doing in your life right now are laying the foundation of your legacy. And if you are not being the full potential of if you are not giving yourself your undivided attention to reach your full potential, there's a problem there, and you need to address that immediately. And I'm not being dramatic, I'm being serious as hell. And it takes a lot to just be selfish for a moment and realize, like, I am not giving myself my full potential because you are delivering partial of yourself to a person that you feel like may or may not be deserving of you. Let it go. It costs. The cost of being truthful and honest is nothing unless it's not your business. What I mean by that is, if somebody is requiring the truth of you, the only thing that you owe them as someone that you care about is to give them an honest answer. That does not necessarily mean that you got to lay out a whole roadmap of what your life is supposed to be if it's not their business. Because sometimes people throw salt on things that they can't make sense of. And sometimes your life ain't going to be what makes sense to people because maybe God is just doing something different with you. Go see how other people live. It's going to give you a whole different perspective on how you honestly think you are supposed to live your life in reality, or view it at least. Because then when God starts teaching you things, you'll be like, no, God, I'm not really into moving all over the place. And then when you finally go see about some people that you care about that don't live here, it sets a whole different perspective. And at that point, you'll understand why people are so quick to just say, I will move in a heartbeat. If you're going to be a boss at all costs. This is something that this year I have learned all too well. And, I'm going to say that from a humble place because I feel like the things that we have asked God for, and He has said, you know what, I'm going to give it to you. And these things that you have inspired to be and you have become, and the hard work and the grunt is there and everything is there, and you're like, yes, this is what I need. And then you run into a speed bump. Honey, that's God saying, you wanted to be a boss, so you gonna have to do this. You have to make a decision. Some people are gonna have to, you are gonna have to make a decision when things aren't going the way that you need them to go. You're gonna have to make some tough decisions, and that's just gonna be how it is, because you asked for it. Remember, you asked for it. You wanted to be prosperous and all those things, but you have to be accountable for those things in the event that they don't go the way you want them to go. Take care of the ones that you love, because God's promise will take care of you. What I mean by that is the people that are in your life that you absolutely love and adore, make sure that those loved ones are taken care of at what extent, whatever extent, because those are going to be the people, those people and those individuals are going to make sure at all costs, if something happens to you, you will be fine. You're not going to have to worry. You're not going to have a care in the world. Because you know why? Because you stuck your neck out there. And they're going to be there. Those are those solid ones that are going to really, really be there. You're not even going to have to ask them, because they're just going to be there. It's going to be weird. There are going to be things that you are going to be so prideful to ask for, and it's already going to be there. You're not even going to have to think a thought about them, or even asking them for that matter. It's just going to happen because they know you need it. Be kind to those that you are around at all times. The reason I say that is because who you are and who you walk in on a day-to-day, you never notice. People notice you. People will always notice who you are. So be careful and always be kind to people, because you never know their background, baby. Their background could be so similar to yours, it's almost a mirror. And it's only because they took one wrong direction and bam, it's different. So always be grateful and always be kind to people, because you never know. Plant seeds, water them to know how to plant, unless you have no worry, because later they will set you up for relaxation. So that just means that you need to plant seeds. That means water in people, that if God is giving you something to give to somebody else, just give it to them. He's going to replace whatever you're missing if you are doing his work. This is very personal. Slam any and every door that God is trying to shut, so God can create the best experiences in your life. I will honestly say that it took a lot of faith to say that I am going to sit myself aside and my past aside to appreciate whatever God is delivering in this season. I am not going to open or leave a window or a door or a crack or a nothing. I'm leaving nothing open to my past to say, you are welcome here. Your time and your season has come, and you can call it whatever you want to call it. You counted me out. And now God is doing something incredible in my life. And so you sit there with the rest of the audience, and you take whatever God is giving you at this moment, because now God is doing something so awesome in my life that you are almost reconsidering. It is too late. Sit down. Let it go. It's over. If it's not hard, it's not right. I always say anything that comes easy, leave it running, baby. I am so sworn for that, because anything that is easy in this life is almost unreal. It's unsettling for you. And so you can let it go. It's over. The punishment for that is, if there is something in your life that is loving you the right way, all that other old stuff, baby, you gotta let it go. And I don't know where you gotta find the time to let it go, but you're gonna have to let it go. And it's a little bit off subject. I'll do the work myself, and I'm still the boss. That means that never ask someone to do what you cannot simply do yourself. And if it's not obtainable, then you probably shouldn't be going so hard on the person that is trying to accomplish your unrealistic goal. There is only so much a person can take, and you have to find your wiggle room. There is a gray shaded area, and you gotta find it, okay? Otherwise, there's nothing wrong with doing the job yourself, but believe you me, it's gonna get exhausting. My plan B is to make my plan A work. So, in the event that your plan A does not work, that means the way that you decided to do things, you got this whole way mapped out, baby. It's gonna work the same way that you have. If you are realistic like me, you got a plan B, a plan C, and that stops. And it's only a way to make your original agenda work. It's only to say that, this is the only option to make my original plan work. There's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure your plan A eventually works, and you'll be fine. Lastly, find someone that makes you comfortable enough that his voice is stronger, a stronger version of yours. What I mean by that is, a lot of the times we date people that aren't necessarily our type of person, and so people always say opposites attract, but sometimes you have to evaluate a person to the point where if that person is in the room and you in the room, and the things that you don't believe in and the things that you don't care for aren't being communicated to that other person that's supposed to be a representation of you, and that person cannot convey who you are, why are you with them? What are you doing? There is nothing in this world. That's like being in two investigation rooms and both parties are giving you two different answers. It just doesn't make any sense. This concludes Wine with Ja. This is more of some things you should probably live by. I could be wrong. I'm wrong sometimes, not all the time. There's a valid point. There's always validation in anything that I say. So, this was Wine with Ja. Unplugged, I guess. Enjoy your night.